And now the game we call Not My Job. Some hip musicians seem to come out of nowhere, but Laufey, our guest today, was born to it. Growing up in Iceland, she soloed on cello with the Icelandic Symphony at the age of 15, and she was the youngest ever competitor on Iceland's Got Talent. Now she's only 26 years old, but she's already won a Grammy, and she'll be touring arenas around the country this fall in support of her new album, A Matter of Time, which drops next month. Laufey, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Laufey, we are so delighted to talk to you, and we have asked you here today to play a game, and we're calling it,
Why is it still so light out?
Your new record coming out soon is called A Matter of Time. So we thought we'd ask you about a controversial matter of time, daylight savings time. Answer 2 out of 3 questions correctly, you will win our prize for one of our listeners, the voice of anyone they might choose for their voicemail. Now, you were, I'm going to speak from a little bit of personal experience. You were an overachieving child of whom a lot was expected. So do you have any particular anxiety or enthusiasm about quizzes?
I love trivia, but I love quizzes, but I am reluctant to say it because I know I might mess this up and then I'm going to look really silly.
Right, okay. I
love a quiz.
Right, you love a quiz. You're feeling very confident, but you're not going to mention that.
My daylight savings knowledge we don't really do that.
Okay. All right.
Well, light out in Iceland during summer because the sun just doesn't set.
It just Here's your first question. The idea of daylight savings time was first suggested by Benjamin Franklin. He told the French that they could save money on candles in the evening if they just got up earlier in the morning. But the idea didn't catch on in France for a few reasons, including what? A, it was defeated by the French candle lobby, known then as Le Grand Wax. B, the French wanted it to get dark early for easier sneaking to their mistresses' homes. Or C, Ben Franklin was just kidding. You're going to go with B. You're going to go with B, that they wanted to sneak over to see their mistresses.
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Okay. I'm afraid it was C, Ben Franklin was just kidding. It was a joke. Who would ever do a silly thing like that? Get up earlier than you had to. Come on now. All right, you still have 2 chances. This is not a problem. Here's your next question. Daylight savings time was introduced in America during World War I, but it wasn't very popular, as is evidenced by what happening after the war. Was it A, Timex introduced their daylight savings proof clock, which couldn't be turned back or forward? B, the state of Connecticut made it a crime to turn your clocks back? Or C, a bill introduced in Congress that would have imposed a national bedtime of 8 p.m.?
I'm going to go with B again.
And this time you're right.
Yeah.
It was. The state of Connecticut made it illegal if you were caught in Connecticut with a clock showing anything but Eastern Standard Time, you could spend 10 days in jail. All right. You have one last question, and I'm optimistic because it's about your home. Iceland does not have daylight savings time, as I'm sure you know. And the reason is, in that in 1994, 2 astronomers from the University of Iceland convinced the government to abolish it. What was their primary argument? A, the ancient Vikings who founded the nation believed sleeping late was an affront to Odin. B, it was bad for Icelandic horses who got agitated when all of their meals suddenly came an hour earlier. Or C, it is just so annoying.
Between B and C.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
It feels between B and C. I know Icelanders we take our horses very seriously.
I'm aware.
So I could see conveniencing their food schedules. I could see that being an issue. But also it being just so annoying is also very Icelandic. So I've said about it. I want to say, I'm going to say C.
You're right again, Laufey. That's right. They're just like, Everybody's moved the clocks back and forth. The sun's out all summer anyway. We got to keep, and it screws us up with Europe. Never mind. And so they won out, and that's why you don't have daylight savings time.
A new Icelandic word.
What?
Vesen.
Which is?
An annoyance.
There you are. Versen. It was because it was Versen. Versen? Versen? Bill, how did Laufey do in our quiz?
Well, she's a winner, of course. She's from a long way from here. Congratulations.
There you go. Congratulations. Laufey, I got to say, I've been enjoying listening to your music all week. It was even more fun to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us.